ZZ109 FM, hottest radio station on the planet. This is Elsie Jenkins, September the 14th, 2025. It's good to be alive. It's good to be communicating to all of the beautiful people that are still here on the planet. If you're not here, there's a reason for everything. And I'll tell you right now, if you are here, it's a blessing. And I'm going to leave it at that. Very, very interesting year, 2025. A lot of good things and bad things have happened. We can say that about every year. First thing I want to do is thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting ZZ109 FM Talk Radio. If you've listened to us in the past and you are listening to us today, we appreciate you. We do this so we can have information in a common sense perspective. You don't have to be a master degree in education to be on top of the knowledge game. You can have common sense and stand side by side with someone with a master's degree. Don't let them fool you. All right, so we've got a very, very interesting show for you today. It's an up-to-date show. We're talking about today's events on this very, very, how do you put the energy of this planet to vocabulary? It's an unsettling time in 2025. You got a lot of things going on, natural disasters, human beings on the planet causing turmoil, presidents, wars, disease, and there's still people on the planet that are hungry and starving every day. Where do you start when you live on a planet like that? Where do you start communicating to people on the planet about your planet? Where do you start? There's so many ways to start. So we've changed the ideology of our talk radio. We've got a good news and bad news, because that's what it usually breaks down to: good news and bad news. All right, so I'm the only person in the studio today working on the talk radio level. You've got 10th grade education Bob, grown ass man, still in high school. That's a whole show by itself. You've got Nealy Nixon, a.k.a. LORATTI'S, the engineer. He's not here today. He does a lot of our music and editing. Reverend No Show. Reverend No Show is not here today. He is normally here to give me some secondary guidance on these topics. And some new characters and cast members will be approaching the microphone soon, but we'll get into that later. All right, let's get down to the get down. Let's get into some of these topics here, current topics. Let's go into the good news first. Football is here. The first week of NFL football has come and gone. We got Monday Night Football going on today. But I'm going to tell you now, football gives us hope. Football takes us away from the negativity to a certain extent, depending on which team you have. I saw an outstanding game last night between the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. And That's the only game I'm going to comment on. The rest of the games were pretty good too. But this game was, this game, if you get a chance to go back, you have to watch it. Because it defines us as human beings. Buffalo was down by 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. And there was one point in the fourth quarter, even the commentators were basically saying they need a miracle to win. So a miracle happened. Their running back fumbled the ball. And he doesn't normally fumble the ball. And gave the ball back to the Buffalo Bills, which gave them what I'm going to kind of connect everything. It gave them hope. So you have to take the good and the bad with your life and your situation, and you have to always create hope with that energy. Hope is what pushes you. Hope is what motivates you and drives you to your successful goal. Now, the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills is an amazing quarterback. And as he sat on the sideline, inside of his heart and mind was hope. He hoped something would happen that would give him a chance. And you see, that's what we are as human beings. We're hopeful on this planet, hoping that we'll get money for X, Y, and Z, hoping that we get this job, hoping that we get this house, hoping that our family is successful, hoping that someone is getting over their cancer treatments and get well. Hope, hope, hope. This planet is full of it. Hopeful people hoping for something positive. There are those that hope for negative things, but we're dwelling on the positivity. So in the end result, this quarterback received a chance because he knew what he was capable of. He just needed a chance. And sure enough, after the fumble, he had a chance to get 1 touchdown, but they needed 2. And he went down and got that first touchdown with no problem. But there was still another 7 points to get them a tie. And they needed to break the tie with a field goal to win the game. So, I'm a football advocate, and one thing I do know is whenever you have 2 outstanding quarterbacks, you never, ever give them the ball back at the end of the game. You never do that. And Baltimore made the biggest mistake by giving the ball back. They should have tried to have ran that clock out, ran that clock down, and even went forward on 4th down, 4th and 3 to get the first down, to keep the ball in their hands, and they didn't. And the end result was the Baltimore Ravens punt the ball to the quarterback on the other team, and the Buffalo Bills were able to come down and score a touchdown and tie the game. So hope is pushing them forward, and a lot of people are in disbelief of what's going on. Some fans have went home already, like them raggedy North Carolina fans that left at halftime. Not having faith and energy in your team, but there was enough Buffalo fans there to keep hope alive that something would happen. And so far, they tied the game. Well, the game's coming to an end, and most of us would believe that they're going to go to overtime. But Baltimore made a fatal mistake. Fatal mistake. They turned the ball over, back over to Baltimore, and Baltimore turned the ball over to the Buffalo Bills, and with a minute left on the clock, they were able to get down in field goal range, and the field goal kicker that hadn't kicked a field goal and just got signed with the Buffalo Bills won the game with the field goal. So football gives us hope. Hopefully, Buffalo was your team, because if Buffalo was your team last night, you had hope. You hoped that they would come back from 17 points and win the game. And for those that stayed, that's exactly what happened. So, whatever your endeavor is on this planet, don't lose hope. You heard that saying before, keep hope alive. As long as you're hoping, there's a chance for anything that you need to have happen. All right, let's get down to this talk radio here. Let's go into the good news and the bad news. If you woke up yesterday with a Powerball ticket with all the matching numbers, you're probably no longer a part of the regular people on the planet. You are now special. Two of the Powerball tickets, Missouri and Texas, of course, one of those big states. Two of those tickets were released into the public, and two people are sharing $1.8 billion. It'd have been nice if they'd have broke it down and just gave 10 people a portion of that money. But only two people are splitting the Powerball. But hopefully you bought a ticket, because a lot of times if you don't buy tickets, that's when you win. I bought a ticket, and I can tell you I did not win. Lord have mercy. All right, that's some good news. Let's go on to some bad news here. All right, let's go into this simple area. September 11th is coming, and over the years, it doesn't seem as simple as just some angry Saudi Arabians jumped on a plane or planes and decided they were just going to pay back America. There's a lot of things going on in regards to conspiracies, and a lot of incredible information and footage that is pushing us towards a conspiracy of some sort. But the bottom line is, what kind of evil are we dealing with on the planet that would do this to innocent people? And when I say innocent people, I don't just mean the people in the towers. I mean the entire nation that had to witness such a tragic event. In one way or another, we all have PTSD from dealing with September 11th. We all should be compensated some way, somehow, to help us get through September 11th. How do I feel about it? I don't trust anybody when it comes to what they're capable of. Same thing when it comes to dealing with the moon landing and the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Who do you believe? And then, are they capable, the evil, are they capable of showing us one thing, but something else actually would happen in the process? Are they truthful people? And I don't believe they can tell the truth because they will tell us we can't handle the truth. And that's all I'm going to say on that. All right, let's go into let's see, what kind of good news do we have here? Good news. Let's see here. I'll tell you what, if you're trying to improve your health, you have to have a routine. And one routine I like to pass on to you is drinking just a shot of beet juice, uh, 2 or 3 prunes, and some turmeric in the morning. Get you a bottle of turmeric in the capsules from Sam's Club for $25, but take one of those to get your morning going every morning. The beet juice and the prunes help cleanse your body, and the turmeric follows up and provides additional assistance to give you a positive well-being. And then you'll realize that you may have a small light breakfast, like I usually get me some oatmeal bananas, oatmeal pineapple, or oatmeal and strawberries. That will get you through your morning. The next meal will be lunchtime. But that's a routine to help improve your health. All right, let's go to some bad news. We've got the Epstein files still locked up from the human beings to be able to see exactly what those files contain. Information we know has everybody's name in it if you're anybody. The victims have been very, very vocal recently, and they want these files released. They've actually went to Congress to get these files released because victims need closure. And when you have 10 people on a panel that say they're victims of this man, Mr. Epstein, why are we in this position? Last time I checked, victims were able to go and prosecute people that have victimized them. So what's the problem? Are some of these people you have to prosecute ex-presidents, princes, kings, famous people? Is there a line there that you draw, that you protect these people versus providing the same service and humane treatment to victims in general? Yeah, we get it. The powers that be and the entire system is broken. When it's time to protect the special people, the rules don't apply. You can best believe on that Epstein list, there are some congressmen or women, congresswomen. And you can believe they are not going to release anything that's going to jeopardize their livelihoods. It will stay stuck in Congress forever. But as the beginning of the show kind of motivates, these people have to be hopeful. Hopeful that something will break and the information will be released. All right, let's continue on because there's more bad news than good news. Well, the good news we're going to pass on next is very simple. If you made it through the summer of 2025 and you're hearing this broadcast, that means you are alive. You're here. You did everything necessary to make it. Every summer we try to do a broadcast about rip currents and drowning. And every summer we hear about 30 or more over the summer. 30 or more people have lost their lives to drowning. Jamal uh, uh, Jamal is one of those talented people we lost uh, over the summer. Mr. Malcolm was a talented man, but as we kind of listen and gather information about his drowning, we also hear conspiracies. But nonetheless, they're blaming it on drowning. So if you're here, you didn't, you didn't, you didn't fall into that simple category of people that, for whatever reason, didn't make it through the summer, and that's a blessing. So that's good news that you're here. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to some bad news. You got a president of the United States. And whenever you rub the president of the United States the wrong way, does he really have the power to just say, you can't come back to the United States? Well, that seems to be the case for Rosie O'Donnell. If you know Rosie O'Donnell, she was on the talk for a while. She's an actress, very talented human being, but of course has been very vocal when it comes to President Trump and his ways. And President Trump is considering revoking her citizenship for X, Y, and Z reasons. If this person is not being an outstanding citizen in the United States, causing problems and crimes of the sort, then that makes sense to revoke someone's citizenship. But because you don't like them and their speech, well, then you have to revoke half the Americans in here of their citizenship too, because no one has positive comments to say about the president all the time. But that doesn't mean that they should be ejected from the United States for freedom of speech. So, to even think of doing that to a American citizen or American that hasn't caused any problems of the sort, and she's from Ireland, of course, but still, anyone that's here has a chance or opportunity if they wanted to be a citizen. She's been here many years. And to revoke someone's citizenship means that she is a citizen for you to have to revoke it. Common sense, people. So therefore, this is personal. And your personal problems with people should not, you should not be allowed to use your power to affect their lives. And that's why some people get in positions of power, to affect people's lives. Sometimes for the good, but a lot of times it's for the bad. And it doesn't make any damn sense. Um, but if you look at it, sometimes it's just best to think about it. Maybe we shouldn't be in this country anymore. Maybe we should go somewhere else and try to make it. Every other country out here doesn't treat people the way the United States treats their citizens. All right, let's go on. We got some more bad news. Our internets are in some amount of danger. The undersea cables in Dubai were cut. Undersea internet cables. But they became targets in a war going on that part of the planet. So if someone can target the undersea internet cables on that side of the planet, they sure can target them on our side of the planet. Any information we need from around the world can be cut from us because of this ideology of terrorizing the internet lines. And you can imagine that's a lot of work and money to go find the cut in the ocean. A cable that is miles and miles and miles long. Who's going down there to find it? You won't catch me down there in that damn dark ass abyss looking for no cut ass cable. Lord have mercy. But the things we have to worry about, and one thing that kind of makes you understand is don't put 100% of your needs and wants through electronic devices connected to the internet. Use documents, files, and paper. Sometimes it's important to document these things versus leaving them in the cloud. Because if the cloud disconnects from you, how do you get your information? How do you get your data? I use Microsoft Clipchamp with LORATTI when we're in here editing, and it's connected to the cloud and the internet if you want it to be. But when it's down, when you don't have any internet, you can't edit videos. That's the one thing I noticed about that. And you don't have access to your content when Microsoft Clipchamp can't connect to the internet. So there you have it. No access to your content and no way to continue working on your content unless the internet is working. That's a bad feeling, and you shouldn't create your network that you're working around to solely need the internet to gain access to your content. It's a very, very bad way of approaching your work. Don't rely 100% on the internet. Let's see here. So we are in September, September the 8th, 2025. The weather here in August is amazing. It's cool. We've had maybe 3 hot days in the 90s, but it doesn't feel like August. It feels like fall. And of course, we've had a earthquake in Afghanistan. We knew that there was going to be something following this cold August we had. Usually there's some type of a hurricane or earthquake that follows days after the cold spell hits. It's not normal for it to be cold, cool, or in the 70s in August. It's not normal. All right, let's go on to some more bad news. All right, so in North Carolina, You've got a man out having him a good night, drinking and carrying on. Now he's driving home, and guess what? He doesn't run into a tree, and no, he doesn't run into an innocent person, which is usually the person that gets the worst of the hit head-on collision. He runs into a police officer. So you can imagine this police officer could be maybe an hour from getting off his shift, ready to go ahead and call it the day. And then this fool runs into him, drinking and driving, charged. A lot of paperwork for that police officer to have to do, as well as taking this person into custody to arrest him. What's interesting about life is if this police officer has been doing his job and been helping the public and, enforcing the law when needed to be enforced, not enforcing it due to uh, quotas and so forth. You can work 5-10 years in the field and really do a good justice by helping people, but not really a lot of police calls per se. But in this case, if this police officer never did a DUI, he was forced to do one that night because of this drunk driver. Nonetheless, the experience is what makes you better at your job. So you'd hope that you be ready if it was your first DUI, you're involved in it as well as having to do the paperwork. Hopefully that officer wasn't hurt and the drunk driver learned his lesson that you you just can't drink and drive. There's so many options out here. Lyft, Uber. Um, you have some way to get home besides driving your car. Lord have mercy. Mm-mm. Now, I'm gonna tell you now, this Lyft and Uber, um, it is an option, but you have to be careful because there are people on the planet snatching people on the planet every day. Uh, it's a shame that a great idea like Lyft and Uber can be utilized by negative people to try to trap and capture people and take them away forever. Doesn't make any sense how evil this world is, but you must realize this world is evil. And you must let someone know where you're going and when you plan to return. There's got to be someone you communicate with this information. That way, if you are missing, we know right away to not give you a chance to show up because that's what some people want to throw on the table. Oh, well, give them a chance to show up. No, I have a message here from that person saying if they weren't back, to start looking for them immediately. We have to communicate, even if it's just uh, one of us getting smart enough to create an app. You may not tell someone around you, but at least you told a system, that I'm going to be away for a few hours. If I do not return, send this message to law enforcement. And it sends a message to law enforcement um, to let people know that you are in distress. You're in duress. There's a problem. Um, so that would be an amazing idea. Might think of working on that my damn self. Lord have mercy. All right, September 8th, 2025, ZZ109 FM Talk Radio. This is Elsie Jenkins here. About to get me a cup of coffee and get my day started. Want to appreciate you for listening and appreciate your support by hitting the subscribe button. That's the way we plan on paying our bills. Independent artists, independent talent shouldn't have to sign their lives away to some contract in 2025. If you are talented, your talents can be viewed on many platforms that will allow you to be compensated for your talent. You don't have to sign a bad contract and not receive the compensation you need to survive on this planet. We as fans and we as citizens on the planet need to really support the independent talent that's out here that are working hard on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all platforms. We need to support them and not force them into the hands of the corporate greedy people who take their talent and exploit it, like The Voice. Are these people getting rich off The Voice? Or is The Voice getting rich off the people? America's Got Talent. Are these talented people showing their talent? Are they getting compensated, or is America's Got Talent getting compensated? When we look at these events, we need to ask ourselves, are these people getting compensated? Because you didn't have to go to America's Got Talent. You could have just set your shop up on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, or TikTok, and we would support you by subscribing to your page. When these people get enough subscribers, these entities, if they monetize their talent, these entities will help them get compensation. So it's a win-win for us in that aspect, because we know that if I hit the subscribe button, that this person eventually is going to get compensation. And it doesn't come out of my pocket, but it comes from my subscription and hitting subscribe. And subscribe doesn't mean that you get, a bill every month. It means that, you know what, I'm going to support you, and these people are going to pay you. And that's all that matters. You don't have to go back to their page ever again if you don't want to. But when you hit that subscribe button, you are showing people that you know what, you don't have to sign a contract to get compensated. My subscription to you and appreciating you as an artist and your talent that you just displayed right now, that's what I'm giving you in return. My check mark of approval that you deserve compensation for this talent that I'm witnessing, that you're providing to me for free. All right, ZZ109FM. This is Elsie Jenkins. It's a quiet show, but that's all right. We're going to amp up the show. We've got some exciting things coming this fall. Let's take a look at those things real quick. Let's see. We've got a fashion show coming. We've got the LORATTI'S Slam Fall Fest coming. And we've got new music coming and new talk radio coming your way. So remember, you've got the ZZ109FM Talk Radio show. That's me, Elsie Jenkins. You've got the ZZ109FM Morning Show. That's with LORATTI, Nealy, Nixon, myself, Elsie Jenkins, and 10th grade education Bob. You've got the Underground That's LORATTI'S hip hop channel. And then you've got LORATTI Team Phoenix. That's LORATTI'S music channel. So be ready, be prepared, because when you hit subscribe, it'll let you know when anything new comes to any of those channels. Just that simple. You don't have to go looking around for the content. All right. We appreciate you for listening. We hope that you have a safe rest of the year. We have to get to 2026. So don't have road rage out here. Be careful when you're out and about. Look over your shoulder. Do you see someone watching you? Get back in your car and lock the doors. Call the police. It doesn't matter. You have to have your head on a swivel in 2025. There's people that are trying to take advantage of your good resources. They want something from you. Might even want to snatch you up for the sex trade. You don't know what's going on. So you better keep your head on a swivel. If something doesn't feel right, it's because it isn't. It's a God-given talent we have to know that something's not right, and we go in and we protect ourselves. ZZ109 FM, you have a good rest of your September, and we'll be back with more excitement in the future. Take care.